Welcome back to Heroes and Villains HQ. We're going to continue the Revenge of the Sith Nostalgia Nonsense series with battle-damaged Anakin Skywalker. So before we jump in, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons down below. But enough said, let's open up Anakin Skywalker. Okay, let's take a look at the packaging for the battle-damaged Vader, or Anakin Skywalker. This was number 50 in the line. You have a nice look at Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker here as he is falling to the dark side. And this pack actually includes 2 figures. So really excited to get this one open and check out how this play function works. The back includes an extensive checklist, the description, and another look at the character. So let's get the battle-damaged Vader opened up. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. Obviously, this is not 2 figures, but rather swappable head and arms for this character. So taking a look at what's included, you have his blue lightsaber. You have his Jedi robes here, which this is where you're going to be able to showcase the different versions of Anakin. You have the battle-damaged Darth Vader after he plummets into the lava. Obviously missing his arm here, the gold arm here. You can also remove his legs completely to give you a far more accurate version of Anakin after Obi-Wan gains the high ground. And then right here is the Jedi version of Anakin with the 2 arms and head. Okay, so what's like the point of this figure? What's going on? So obviously you have the battle damage Vader, which is an awesome figure and one they have not made, I think, since this movie. Obviously this is a sensitive topic for Disney for whatever reason, but the articulation is simple. The arms go forward and back, obviously no elbows, no knee joints, the legs just go forward and back, and then you have a little bit of movement in the head. So that's really not why you're getting this figure. You're getting this figure for the detail, right? Under the eyes, the hand, the arms, and then the really awesome mold of his tunics, you know, getting burned off his skin. But the point of this figure is so he can transform. Because if you do this, you can put Anakin inside of his robes, but obviously you can't have the battle damage version inside the robes. So in order to make this figure worth the money back in the day, because obviously you're not really going to play with this version of Anakin, what it does is you can remove these body parts from the main figure and add in the other body parts, just like this. So now you get a slightly better version of Anakin. Obviously this head mold is very loose, but the point is now, when you go ahead and put that tunic on, it covers up the battle damaged, and now you have an Anakin. So now you have the ability to not only play with your Anakin figure and have him duel against Obi-Wan Kenobi, but when he inevitably loses that duel, you can easily remove the tunic and lightsaber and then pop off these parts to exchange them for the battle damage version. So this is an extremely fun and playable figure that I'm sure kids enjoyed back in the day. I remember one of the biggest things I would always do when I was battling, you know, with my clone troopers and things like that, I loved to pop the heads off when they died. It drove my dad nuts. We would lose parts, but I loved to pop the heads off. And this character, this would have been an absolute blast because it is so easy to pull these pieces off and swap them out for the battle damaged version. Just like that, just, you know, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, super quick. And now you can have the dead version of Anakin. So just super cool. And again, this isn't a very, you know, this isn't a gimmicky play feature. Obviously this robe is a little funky. It's just a massive molded piece, very simple paint detailing with the black in the middle with the belt buckle. But this figure isn't going for super accurate looks or molds or paint details, even though this head mold is really solid. But this figure's meant for play. This is meant to be interchanged constantly and fooled around with and played with, and it definitely accomplishes that extremely well. What are my final thoughts on the battle damage Vader? This is yet another nostalgia figure. This one is so cool. It accomplishes its play feature perfectly. The interchangeable head and arms work extremely well, and having the ability to go from your Anakin figure to your Darth Vader after he loses the duel to Obi-Wan is an awesome, awesome feature, one that kids would have loved. So I'm really happy with this figure. It's fantastic all around. So thank you all so much for watching this nostalgia or nonsense video. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons down below. And of course, let me know what you think of this figure. If you have opinions, drop them in the comment section. Thank you all again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.